You're driving home after work. Red and blue lights flash in your mirror. The officer walks up and asks, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" Every single day, drivers make one costly mistake right here. They start talking. They think cooperation means conversation. But within 60 seconds, that friendly chat turns into evidence used against you in court. Today, I'm showing you the only 4 responses you need to shut down any police encounter, legally, safely, completely. These are Supreme Court-backed phrases that force officers to either let you go or reveal exactly what authority they have. Miss even one, and you hand over control you'll never get back. Response number 1, am I free to leave? This is the first question you ask in any police encounter. Not, what did I do? Not, is there a problem? The question is, am I free to leave? Under the 4th Amendment, police can't hold you without legal justification. There are 3 types of encounters. Consensual encounter, officer walks up and talks, no commands, no lights. You're 100% free to walk away anytime. Terry, stop. Officer has reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. You're briefly detained but not arrested. Arrest. Officer has probable cause. You're in custody. Miranda rights apply if they question you. Most people can't tell which encounter they're in. The officer sounds friendly, says, "I just want to talk." But unless you ask, you have no idea if you're free to leave. Dialogue example. Officer, can I talk to you for a second? You, am I free to leave? Officer, I just have a few questions. You, officer, respectfully, am I free to leave or am I being detained? If they say yes, politely say thank you, officer, and leave. Encounter over. If they say no, you're detained. Move to the next 3 responses. I plead the 5th, I want a lawyer. I do not consent to searches. What happens if you don't ask? Minute 1. Officer asks where you're going. You answer. Minute 3. Officer says you seem nervous. You try to explain. Now your body language is evidence. Minute 5. Officer says you don't mind if I look in your car? You think refusing sounds guilty. You consent. Now they're searching. Minute 10. Officer finds something you didn't know was there. Now you're arrested. All because you never asked the one question that ends this in 10 seconds. Bottom line, United States v. Mendenhall established the free-to-leave test. By asking directly, you force the officer to clarify, and you document on their body cam that you tried to leave. Am I free to leave? Say it clearly, politely, as many times as needed. Response number 2, I plead the 5th. Everyone knows you have the right to remain silent from TV. But here's the truth. Silence alone is not enough. You must verbally invoke your 5th Amendment right. This comes from Salinas v. Texas, 2013. A man was questioned before arrest. He answered questions, then went silent when asked if his shotgun would match shells at a crime scene. At trial, prosecutors used his silence as evidence of guilt. The Supreme Court said that was legal because he never explicitly invoked his rights. Justice Alito wrote, "The 5th Amendment does not establish an unqualified right to remain silent." Translation: you have to speak up to stay silent. Say clearly, I plead the 5th, or I invoke my right to remain silent. Dialogue. Example. Officer, where were you last night? You, I plead the 5th. Officer, we're just having a conversation. You, I have invoked my right to remain silent. Officer, if you didn't do anything wrong, just tell us. You, I am exercising my 5th Amendment right. I will not answer without my attorney. Officer, you're making this difficult. You, silence. Once you invoke, stop talking. Officers can keep talking, but nothing you say can help you, only hurt you. Police can lie. Here's what most people don't know. Police are legally allowed to lie during questioning. Frazier v's Cup, 1969, ruled officers can use deceptive tactics, claiming they have evidence they don't, saying your friend confessed as long as the confession is voluntary. Examples. We have your fingerprints at the scene. Your buddy told us everything. We have you on video. If you cooperate, we can help you. None might be true, but it's legal. That's why you don't answer questions. You can't tell what's real and what's a trick. Bottom line, the Fifth Amendment is your shield, but only if you use it. Say the words clearly. Once you invoke, you owe yourself silence. Response number 3. I want a lawyer. This response is the ultimate conversation ender. The moment you say, I want a lawyer, questioning must stop immediately. This comes from Edwards v. Arizona. The rule: once you invoke your right to counsel, police cannot continue interrogating unless you reinitiate contact or they provide an attorney. This is different from the Fifth. Silence stops you from talking. Asking for a lawyer stops them from asking. Full shutdown. Dialogue example. Officer, we need to clear a few things up. You. I want to speak with an attorney before I answer any questions. Officer, you're not under arrest. We're just talking. You. I understand. I still want an attorney present. Officer, why do you need a lawyer if you didn't do anything wrong? You. I am invoking my Sixth Amendment right to counsel. Once you say, I want a lawyer, stop talking. Don't explain. Don't say, maybe I should talk to a lawyer. Be direct. I want an attorney. What happens without a lawyer? Minute 1, officer says, we know you were at the scene. You. I can explain. Mistake. You're trying to talk your way out. Minute 10. Officer says, we're giving you a chance to tell your side. You. Okay, here's what happened. Now you're creating a recorded statement used against you. Result: without a lawyer, you keep digging. With a lawyer, you stop before it starts. Bottom line, your right to an attorney is one of your most powerful protections. The moment you feel uncomfortable, stop. Say, I want a lawyer. Then be quiet. Response number 4. I do not consent to searches. Under the Fourth Amendment, police cannot search your car, home, or belongings without your consent, probable cause, a valid legal exception. Here's the trap. If you consent, you waive Fourth Amendment rights completely. Once you say, sure, go ahead, officers can search anywhere, and anything they find can be used against you, even if you didn't know it was there. Legal principle: consent cures all. Even if officers had no legal reason to search, once you consent, it doesn't matter. The search becomes legal. You can't challenge it later. Your response must be crystal clear. I do not consent to searches. Dialogue example. Officer, do you mind if I look in your vehicle? You. I do not consent to searches. Officer, why not? Got something to hide? You. I do not consent to searches, officer. Officer, this will go faster if you let me look. You. I understand, but I do not consent to any searches. Don't explain why. Don't argue. Don't get defensive. Simply repeat your position calmly and clearly. The trick question. Officer, is there anything illegal in the car? You. No, nothing. Officer, then you wouldn't mind if I search, right? You. I guess not. Boom. You just consented. Correct response. Officer, is there anything illegal? You. I do not consent to searches. Officer, I asked if there's anything illegal. You. I do not answer questions without my attorney, and I do not consent to searches. What if you consent? Minute 1. Officer searches glove compartment. Minute 5. Finds prescription bottle with someone else's name. Whose is this? Minute 10. Opens trunk, finds gym bag your friend left. Something's inside you've never seen. Minute 15. You're in handcuffs. Arrested. For something you didn't know was in your car. Result: your consent gave free rein to search everything. Once they find something, doesn't matter if you didn't know. What if they search anyway? Do not physically resist. That's a crime. Clearly state, I do not consent to this search. Document everything. Call your lawyer immediately. If officers search without consent and without legal justification, your attorney can file a motion to suppress evidence. Bottom line, don't hand them permission. Say clearly, I do not consent to searches. Then stop talking. The 4 responses that protect you. Memorize these 4 responses. 1. Am I free to leave? Ask first. defines the encounter. If yes, leave. If no, use the next three. 2. I plead the fifth, stops you from talking. Say it out loud. Stay silent. 3. I want a lawyer stops them from asking. Questioning must end. 4. I do not consent to searches. Protects your property. Never give consent. These phrases are your armor, rooted in the Constitution, backed by Supreme Court case law, and they work. Practice. Drill, officer. Can I talk to you? You. Am I free to leave? Officer. Where are you coming from? You. I plead the fifth. Officer. Just answer the question. You. I want an attorney. Officer. Can I search your car? You. I do not consent to searches. 4 responses. 4 protections. Encounter over. Physical safety tips. When pulled over, pull over safely with turn signal, turn on dome light, if dark. Turn off engine, hands on steering wheel, lock doors, crack window 2 to 4 inches. Announce actions. Officer, I'm reaching for my wallet. General rules. Stay calm, stay polite, stay firm. Cooperation does not mean conversation. Never physically resist. Disclaimer. This video is educational only, not legal advice. Laws vary by state. If arrested or charged, contact a licensed attorney immediately. Final power line. Your rights only work if you use them. The Constitution doesn't protect you automatically. You have to invoke it. Am I free to leave? I plead the fifth. I want a lawyer. I do not consent to searches. 4 responses. Infinite protection. Stay safe, stay smart, and always, always plead the fifth. If this video helped you understand your rights, hit that subscribe button right now. We release Know Your Rights content every single week that could save you from making costly mistakes. Click subscribe, turn on notifications, and join thousands of people who are learning to protect themselves legally. Subscribe now. Your future self will thank you.